as young dancers, we all need to contribute to this dance form in any way that is possible to help this dance form move forward. I think I would have been a forensic scientist or a cop. Definitely my grandmother and my mother. Both for very different reasons, and both have inspired very different aspects of my dance. I would change the popularity of the dance industry. If this industry could only be as popular as Bollywood dance, just imagine the reach that Indian classical dance would have throughout the country, throughout the world. For some reason, I can fold my ear in and it opens only when I smile. I had the good fortune of watching Srimati Vaijayanti Mala Bali performing a Margam in Chennai during the December season, and she was just exquisite. The nritta was unbelievable for a woman in her mid-80s. She sat down and did that Anantashayana pose with so much grace, and the audience just spontaneously erupted into applause, and it was just mind-blowing. Her abhinaya, of course, par excellence, and she did the famous Sumasayaka Varnam, something that she has really popularized in the Bharatanatyam fraternity. A Varnam that I love very much and hope to perform one day inspired by her. I think my favorite collaborator is my mom. It's not only challenging and a great honor to perform with your mother and your guru on stage, but I think we also have a lot of fun performing together, rehearsing together, the exchange of ideas, brainstorming on stuff, traveling together. I think it's a lot of fun. My dream vacation is always on a beach, so definitely I find being on a beach very relaxing. Something about the ocean really calms my senses and really speaks to me at a very fundamental level. So I think my favorite way to relax is with my husband on a beach. My favorite venue to perform in is probably Music Academy in Chennai. I love the stage, the sound, the lighting, the distance from the audience, the way the audience is seated, everything. I think something about that place is so beautiful. It's also, I think that stage has been energized by such wonderful artists, legendary artists who have performed. Through the ages, and it has remained alive because of the contributions of several generations of dancers, musicians, natvanars, gurus, and it's our responsibility to keep the evolutionary process of this dance form intact and to continue propagating it while contributing to it and performing it with complete justice. So I think as young dancers, we all need to contribute to this dance form in any way that is possible to help this dance form move forward. I think I would like to learn Bhangra. Something about that dance is just so energetic and exciting and fun. I love the Punjabi spirit of happy-go-lucky. That spirit is really seen in Bhangra. I find it such an energizing and such a fun dance. I would definitely love to learn Bhangra. So there are three things that I like to keep in my dance. One is whenever I'm searching for a concept from scratch, I always try to look for a concept or an idea that has either not been explored before or very rarely been explored before, at least in dance. Secondly, I would like to always send home a message with the audience, a small seed of thought. It doesn't have to be something revolutionary, not yet at least, in my case, because I think art needs to be provocative. It's not just something beautiful that you keep in a museum that you just go and look at and appreciate and forget about after that. Art has to be something inculcates a kind of thought process in people. It provokes thought. So I think I like my pieces to have that little bit of that tiny seed of thought. And the third thing is I like to have an element of spirituality in the pieces that I create, because I think that is the USP of Indian classical dance. That's what I think sets Indian classical dance apart from a lot of other dance forms of the world, the element of spirituality. So I like to create that as well. So these are the three things that I kind of would like to describe my dance as, although I don't know how successful I am yet in doing it. Well, in my case, it was destiny. I didn't choose dance. Dance chose me. I was born into a family of this wonderful family with this legacy of dance, and it's almost like the moment I was born, I just automatically fell in love with dance, and it just was my passion from day one. I definitely do think destiny had a huge role to play here. Dance chose me. I definitely. My guilty pleasures definitely chocolates, cakes, and cheese. My father said when I was a kid, the dakshina of today better than the dakshina of yesterday. Every day you should have done something that makes you a better person than you were yesterday, a more knowledgeable person, maybe a better human being, maybe someone with slightly more stamina, maybe someone with a new skill. But you have to keep improving on a daily basis. I think that is the best advice that I've ever gotten, and I try to do justice to what my dad told me. Bala Saraswati, something so natural and so instinctive about her dance just speaks to me. Just beautiful. Watching a lot of live concerts on Facebook and Instagram and other social media. Right now I'm watching a lot of concerts, especially Bharatanatyam, mostly Bharatanatyam, online. Jamaica with my husband, because there's a beach there. I love all of Dan Brown's books, and I can't think of any one particular one which is my favorite. So yeah, I think I'd say one of my favorite authors is Dan Brown. I think that would be Spartacus on Netflix. I have so many thoughts and so many ideas that keep brewing in my mind, and dance, I feel, is such a beautiful way to express all of it, not in the literality of words, but in the subtlety of movements and expressions. So it's my thought, but it is open to interpretation by the audience, because that's what art creates. It creates thought, it creates a plurality of interpretations. So I think that's what I like the best about being a dancer.